Hello everyone. This is Anthony Ordon, coming from ArenaNet. Today we're going to be talking about the new guild puzzle that went into the May 28th update. Basically just going to run through this with whoever wants to join me, so please fix. Oh, never mind. So basically, if you want, just come by Stormbluff Isle, guest over there, or if you're already on the server, just join me on Snowden Drifts. We're going to be at the Angvar's Trove waypoint, which is sort of up here in the northwest corner of the map. The easiest way, it's currently contested. I'm about to unset that in a second here. So just go ahead and go to Scholar's Cleft, and then we'll meet up. So I'll give everyone a few minutes to come in. In the meantime, if you have any questions in the chat, we can go through there. Remember, I'm here to talk about the guild content. If you have any questions about guild content or anything else like that, we can talk about that kind of stuff. It is Stormbluff Isle. Somebody asked, can you repeat the name of the server? Oh, we got one person over here. Let's wave hello. Let's see. I know somebody mentioned I have to get my monthly done. Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. These are the 4 that I'm kind of going for. I'll probably be able to squeeze out salvage kit uses over lunch today. We'll see. How much time do I got left? I got 4 hours, and we can get it done. I'll get it done. All right, we got 1, 2, 3. Getting there. Just a few more, and we'll get started. Are any other guild puzzles already being planned or developed? I can say that we have got lots of ideas for guild puzzles. They take a little bit longer than most of the other guild content, so whether or not we see some in the coming months is up in the air still. All right, we got a lot of people here now. All right, I think we can get started. So let's go ahead and get this guy open here. Just 1 second. All right, puzzle's open. Let's go ahead and run through. So basically, guild puzzles are sort of at the end of the guild upgrades chain for missions. So this is kind of the hardest of the hard content. Looks like we've got a few experienced explorers in here, so I'll pretty much just stay hands off. These are kind of a combination of jumping and coordination. And now we get to look at how bad I am at jumping. There we go. All right. Got some monsters in here. Got a cave troll. If you take care of business. If you happen to join late, you should be able to get into the puzzle still. It'll just stay open, so just head over to the server, head over to that waypoint. It's uncontested now. Again, we're looking for Angvar's Trove, which is up here. And we're headed down the puzzle. So right now we're headed into the first room. The first room is find a way across the chasm. This is kind of a coordination challenge. Basically, we need to get some people out on the ground, doing some stuff with steam vents down there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this fire bow and knock down some icicles. And then when the icicle falls down there, it's going to smash. Question in the game chat, am I using a pickaxe for my only weapon? Nope, this is actually a hammer. This is I think the Black Fleet hammer or something along those lines. Just matches my outfit pretty well. All right. Does kind of look like a pickaxe, that's true. All right, so somebody got down the main icicle. We still need to get these vents up. So people down on the bottom, what you need to do is grab boulders and that are coming down from these icicles and plug up those holes. So guys up here, if you're holding a fire bow, shoot down the icicles. And then when they plug up the steam vents, we should be able to get this vent up so we can cross. I'll go down there to help out. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. We're getting people across. Nice, nice. All right, guys in the middle, shoot down some more icicles, and we'll plug up these steam vents. Good, good. Oh, we lost the center. All right, so we're going to have to play our timing a little better. So hold off on shooting the main icicle if you can. Shoot the little ones. Question from the chat, are there any more plans for more guild items in the guild vendor? I'd say absolutely. I'm not sure exactly when that stuff's going to go in, but we plan to keep supporting guild missions for as long as we can. More icicles, guys. Shoot down the little icicles. There we go. All right, get across. More icicles. Good, good. Yeah, one more to go. Good. All we need to do is get 3 people over to that side.
Nothing can bring me down.
Yeah, looks like we lost the center. Did we get people up there? Looks like we got one person across. Maybe not. We didn't get anyone across. All right, almost. Let's give it one more try. We're also running out of time here, so we got to make this fast. All right, shoot the little icicles. All right, guys, jump across, jump across. Got 45 seconds. Shoot more little icicles. See if you can plug up this this close one first. Also, a little trick, if you guys are standing on the center part, and you have any leap skills you think you can get across with, that might be worth it. Oh, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Get over there and light those torches. All 3 at the same time. You need 3 people to do it. All right. Keep trying. There we go. Excellent. All right, we've got the first room open, so we're going to run through this door. Everyone quick, quick, quick through the door. If you're already up there, you just keep going. All right, we made it. Good job, guys.
Servant of mine, walk this land.
Sweet. All right, now we're into the second jumping portion of this. This is probably where I'm going to fall to my death. Almost. Almost.
I could outrun a centaur.
All right, so we're getting down here. This is a really big room. Basically, what happens is if you fall, you're probably going to die, and so you probably have to wait until somebody comes down here to help you out. The interesting thing about guild puzzles is that there's no waypoints inside, so it's sort of, if you were to die and waypoint back to the start, you wouldn't be able to advance because those rooms close up after a certain amount of time. And so this is all about coordination and helping each other out. So we're going to kill a champion nice in. Good thing we got a lot of people here. All right. It's a little tricky. We gotta find the way out of this room. It is actually this way. Watch out for the boulders. Yeah, got that guy. Good job. So the ice elemental throws the boulders, and once you get that guy down, it's pretty safe for everyone else to come up. How is my progress on legendaries? Question in the chat. My progress on legendaries is abysmal. Basically, I haven't even done map complete yet. It's really hard to find the time to do all that stuff for me, but I try to play the game as often as I can. So mostly I've just been playing a lot of guild content lately, a little bit of World v. World, a lot of South on Cove. The guild level requirement for the guild puzzle, it depends on the zone it's in. In this case, it's 25. All right, so this room is another coordination challenge. It says ascend the frozen slopes and force your way through the sealed gateway. So what you have to do here is sort of work together to get up this gauntlet of ice elementals and ice walls. And what's going to happen up here, I'll get a good view of the place, is we're going to look at this sort of, here's the view of the whole room. And so what happens is players at the bottom have to grab the kegs, these frozen kegs, and then carry them up to the doorway that's over here at the top. And there's two cannons on either side of these trenches. And the person that's sort of arming the cannon has to knock down the ice walls of the people that are carrying the kegs. And the kegs, you only have a limited amount of time to get up there. So you have to kind of time it right, work together. There's a couple of champions and things like that get in the way. So I'll stay up here and kind of watch if you guys want to sort of work on this together, and maybe I'll help direct since I've got the comms. So it looks like you've got quite a few people running up there on the left. So if you're on the cannon, go ahead and knock down those walls for them so they can get up there. There you go. And it looks like everyone's sort of breaking left. The question is does everyone have a keg? They do have the keg. Nice work. So we are out of this room. Everyone run up to the front. Get out of here pretty fast. That door's going to close eventually. If you're fighting a monster, run away. Use your dodge roll. Question in the chat, what server is this? This is Stormbluff Isle. Alright, I'm through. Hope we can get everyone else through. That door is going to close up. Alright. Alright. I think that's all we're going to get. So let's move forward. And again, if you're coming late to the party, why don't you just come in. You guys can work on the puzzle together. Maybe you can catch up with us. Hopefully there's enough time. We're going there pretty fast, so. Oh. We got a couple down people here. Let's go help them out.
Accelerating.
Oh, somebody's kind enough to give us a portal up to the top. It's always helpful. Always bring a mesmer. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a leap of faith down into this bottomless pit. Then we're going to do some more exploring. Pretty bad at navigating this room here. There we go. Almost got it. Yep. All right, looks like we're through. Now we just have to not go down to the dead ends like I just did. That was a big fail on my part. So will we see more of this type of content added? Yeah, that's the plan. We built the guild mission system to be pretty extendable. So should be pretty easy to, for like example, Living World teams to update, add smaller, smaller or bigger updates to this stuff. So this room right here is full of the Drake eggs and the legendary Drake Guardian. The legendary Drake Guardian is actually invulnerable, and she actually is pretty powerful, so she mostly just ignores everybody, except if you happen to pick up one of her special cooled Drake eggs, and then she'll chase you around the room. And so the trick here is to get her to light these torches with her fire breath. And once you light the torches, you can take the sacred flame from the torch up to the top here, where these totems are. And if you get all 6 of them lit at the same time, you can open the door. The tricky part is that you have to do all 6 at the same time, and each one is associated to an animal spirit. And so in this one, like, we need to grab the bear, and so the bear totem is over here. And each sort of flame only stays open for a little amount of time. So you have kind of a limited amount of time to do it. You also have to watch out, because in here there's these other Drake eggs, and if you get too close to them, they hatch. And send these little Drake Guardian hatchlings after you for a short amount of time. So a couple of questions in here. I actually did work on this a little bit, but most of the design credit goes to my fellow designers. Crystal Reed worked a lot on this. Justin Fawcett did a lot of the map work. Basically, the original guild content team had sort of built a good portion of this puzzle, and then we decided that it wasn't the right time to release it, so we worked on it a little more, polished it up, and brought it in here. Were there any effects that got scrapped for this puzzle? No, I think we pretty much got everything in here that we wanted to get in here. The torch work from the snowblind fractal opening. No, I think the snowblind opening is something completely different. Question about guild bounties, having a hard time with guild bounty tier 1, issues or pains, maybe just adding a bit more time. It's possible that we could look at the guild bounty system and see where the difficulty is. We're always sort of tweaking and adjusting that stuff. Just keep watching it. How long had I been working on the guild content before it was announced? I don't know, it's hard to give it an exact number because we went through a lot of planning and iterating. Our first idea wasn't the idea that we went with in the end. Every team is going to take a different amount of time to build content as well. So it's really hard to give you that kind of answer and, to sort of gauge the future with. All right, so it looks like we got quite a few of these torches up. I don't know which one, anyone know in the chat which one we're missing? It looks like we got them all. Anyone got a Minotaur? Minotaur torch? That looks like we got it. All right, so I'm going to do a countdown, and let's see, on the count of 3, let's just all light them at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We get it? It's a little hard with the delay. Here, I'll try it on the chat. Thanks for the help. All right, we did it. That is the 3rd room. We're done. Here's the sort of reward room we got here.
Centaur.
We all get to dance and celebrate. Loot a chest. I got a blue. So when you do this with your guild, you'll also get a bounty chest with a guild combination in it. I think it's 50 silver, a couple of different rares, guaranteed rares, possibly exotics. Yep, so that was a pretty good run. We did it pretty fast. We had, I think we had a few experienced people in here. Saw some names I recognize. So thanks to those people for helping out. It was about 10-minute run, so it was good. For guild puzzles, I think you get 1 commendation. All right, so if you guys want, I can answer some questions in the chat here. Oops. So our guild loves doing guild missions, and the puzzles are a lot of fun. The doors seem to close rather quickly, and we lose people through each phase. Are there any plans to extend the time? We could look at it. We find that if it's open for too long, then you just kind of get a lot of people that just sort of tag along and don't really help out. You know, certainly we want to make it so that your guild can play together. So I don't know. Let's take a look. Guild puzzle in general. Any chance of increased reward for making some insane time goal? I think that's a really good idea. Originally, we talked a little bit about sort of tiering the guild puzzles, just like we sort of tiered bounties. And so we could add tier 2 or tier 3 or something like that. That's you know, for super fast time. We'll just see. We have to make these guild puzzles more challenging. Well, there's always room for improvement in the future. You know, maybe we'll add another tier of guild puzzles, like I was saying, or a different type of puzzle. I've been invited to dance. Thanks for the invitation, guys. All right, guys, so just to remind you, I'm not going to be able to answer any questions about other features or expansions. Sorry about that. How long does it take to design a guild puzzle, and where do you get the inspiration from? It really depends. Like I said, I didn't do all of the design work on this. I definitely chipped in. I went to the meetings. You know, it was basically, it was a really, these puzzles are a really good example of the collaborative process that we have between designers and map artists. We worked together really closely, and you know, we sort of went into a meeting. We drew all this stuff out. We put it in the game. We iterated on it. We had a big test with our core testers. I mean, ultimately, it's like I said, it's really hard to sort of explain the time because we didn't really work on it all at once. You know, like it's an involved process for sure. Any new guild missions in the future? Well, we just got this one. And so right now, I'm actually off the guild team exclusively. So my team, I'm working on a future Living World update right now. And so my plan is to definitely get some guild missions added as part of that. And so I guarantee you that there's going to be guild missions coming in the future. Are the guild puzzles or missions related to the lore? It'd be a great reward. It's a really good idea. I certainly think that we should definitely add guild missions that are related to what's going on in the world. I think one of my favorite ideas in the future is to do something that's sort of based on like a current living world update. So like if we went back to like Halloween or something, and we did a couple of lunatic court guild bounties or something like that for the month, I think that would be a lot of fun. And just a good way to sort of get some variety into the system. Are we going to see a guild puzzle that focuses on otters? As cool as that sounds, I have no idea. I think that's sort of going to be the whim of the design team. What was the mission? There was a question in chat here. Why does my small guild only have bounties unlocked after 2 months, while all the large guilds have practically everything unlocked? Well, these are, like I said, coordination challenges, and there's nothing wrong with working with people outside your guild or working with other small guilds. But the idea is that the challenge is to coordinate with other people, and so there's a lot of different variety in the game. We put dungeons in for sort of small group challenges. We put open world content in for sort of this ad hoc, like collaborative sort of working together, and then we put guild missions in, which is for people that want to get together, plan a time, unlock content, and it takes a lot more time if you're trying to be smaller and more dedicated, but that's just kind of part of the challenge. New things to spend your guild merits on. I absolutely think that we should keep adding things to keep extending that system. Perhaps in the future we could do some ultra hard guild missions that require merits to start. We could do other guild rewards that require merits. If we ever did something like guild housing, we could add some merit rewards for that are special merit rewards, or just for doing a lot of guild missions. There's really no end to what we can do merit wise. It just it all depends on where to put the rewards in and where they fit best. Guild mission achievements, that would be really cool. Actually, one of the original ideas that we'd started with when we talked about guild content was specific achievements for your guild. We didn't quite have the programming resources to do it at the time, but I think that's something that we would like to revisit someday. The guild puzzle combination reward is weekly, like the guild bounty hunt. That's true. We need to add mission control to the user admin of guilds. So mission control actually is a permission you can manage in the guild. Basically, you just go to your guild panel, and I'm in the ArenaNet guild. I don't know if I have permission to be editing things in here, but it is under ranks, and then over here there's a thing that says mission control, and so you can configure that so that people are not allowed to start missions if they don't have the right permission. Oh, it doesn't work. So it may be the case that I see, that activate the guild mission once an officer starts. That's an interesting question. I think it boils down to a question of whether or not you want to have a guild officer there to be able to activate. Like, so let's say you start a bounty mission and it's like a tier 3 and there's 8 bounties all over the world, or 6 bounties all over the world. Whether or not you want an officer to be there for each one to answer. It's possible that we could work on something like that. I don't know if it would be part of the same permission or a different one. It's something to look at for sure. My favorite guild puzzle is probably this one for sure. Mostly because this one, I think we had a little more time to play with stuff and get the balancing just right. I don't know, I like this one a lot. Also, thematically, it's very interesting, like with the big giant drake and just some cool stuff like that. I really enjoyed working on this one. Can we expect a guild against the clock for jumping puzzle mission on the leaderboard? That would be cool. I know that we definitely want to expand the involvement of leaderboards in the PvE side of the game. So definitely a good idea to put on the table. I've been playing around with the guild options a lot, and me and a couple of friends have been wondering if there will ever be any new guild features to make things more special, such as more freedom in creating an emblem, chat colors, role page, etc. I actually don't know. That's not exactly my department. We did more of the guild mission stuff and the reward system that's built in that. As far as like the actual usability of the guild system, I know that our live response team is tracking issues, things that they'd like to get fixed and added. That might be among them. It's really, so a couple of questions about like how many more guild puzzles we're going to add and how often we're going to add it. It's really depends a lot on what the living rule teams want to work on. You know, definitely we want to get into a cadence of adding, you know, permanent upgrades to the game, you know, as well as the sort of temporary nature of Living Story. And so, you know, hopefully, you know, we'll get some guild missions added, and, you know, maybe at the point at which we get enough in there, maybe we can take out some of the old ones and just sort of keep the content fresh and going. You know, and I'd certainly like to see more, you know, support for like other types of guild missions, like, I don't know, like, you know, something in the future, like a big boss encounter or something like that. Guild API, that's talked about a lot on the official forums. They are currently working on something for guilds on the API side, so you guys can, you know, work on, you know, external tool support for guilds. How often are you going to do this kind of live stream? I don't know. I think I have no idea exactly what the plans are, but I definitely enjoy doing these kind of live streams where we sort of open up something. One of the things I actually wanted to do was I wanted to trigger off the Carca Queen event a little early, but we thought that might be a little too much for the first time we try something like this. But definitely in the future, I'd like to see some more like involvement, just kind of playing with you guys in these live streams and answering questions. I think that's the best way to do these. Any plans on changing how guild track works? Currently, guested players cannot see them. That's an interesting problem. I don't know. I'll put that on my list of things to look into. Lots of questions, lots of questions. What about the ETA for the new missions? I can't give you an ETA on new missions. Like I said, it's going to depend a lot on the Living Story teams. I would imagine that in the next few months you'll definitely be seeing some. But again, like I said, that's not up to me. Let's see here. Hey guys, it's going to help if you can keep the questions related to the guild content. So are there any plans to add tier to guild challenges? That's another thing. Like I mentioned, we originally thought about adding tiers to guild puzzles. Adding tiers to guild challenges would be really cool. We could do things like take the existing missions and then add additional objectives to them. So, for example, like, I don't know, like the one where you go and rescue the quaggins underwater, we could take something like that and add maybe 10, 15 more quaggins for a tier 3 mission or something. I'm not sure exactly, when we'll get the chance to do something like that, but I think it's a good idea, and I'd like to be able to do it in the future. Is there any plans to help smaller guilds be able to experience missions and puzzles? Yeah, I think part of it is just, if you're a smaller guild and you want to stay small, it's probably going to be, just a long-term goal for you guys. We did add the training missions to help you with the influence grind. We also added a bunch of influence when you finish track missions, so that should help a little bit. But yeah, I mean, as far as, like these are always going to be, better for people that are, working together and, getting people together and sort of scheduling this stuff. We want there to be a reward for people to, get a big group together and work on it, and by a big group, I mean, more than a few people, more than a party, basically. But, that being said, we don't want to exclude the small groups, but, it's just sort of a thing that's going to be difficult to make a system that accommodates both. And I think that's where the variety comes in, and, it's good to have stuff for small groups and stuff for big groups as well. Let's see, a couple questions. Am I just a guild content dev? No, I'm actually, so right now I'm working with on the Living Story, our Living World teams. And so I just finished helping out with South Sun Cove. I went over to their team a little bit late last month to do like, so I added, I worked on Crab Toss a little bit. I worked on the Karka Queen, which you guys are going to meet here in a few days on June 4th. Yeah, I'm sort of transitioning over to the Living World side now. Let's see here. Will a guild dungeon style environment be added where a guild can open up a new area or instance that anyone in the group can enter into a dungeon style-esque area where groups are not important, but bosses require tactics? Again, I think that's a good idea. I think there's room for, definitely adding more, content to the end of these, like, adding another type of missions that would go, in that display. I'm hoping that we can see stuff like that in the future. Plans on making bonus objectives on guild missions, which will provide cool rewards. I think what we would do there is, like I mentioned earlier, we would end up trying to tier missions out, sort of like with tier bounties. And then on the reward side, we would end up doing more for the guild combination vendor, more for merits, that kind of stuff. Any plans on adding an option to represent 2 guilds? I don't know that that's something that our system supports, but that would definitely be a thing for the core live response team to sort of handle and look at, because I know they're looking at in the future handling some bigger sort of core guild feature issues. Is the reward of the puzzle scalable? The reward of the puzzle is basically just if you complete it, you get the reward. I don't think that scales based on the number of people you have in there. I know I see a lot of people asking for alliances, and again, that's sort of like a bigger kind of guild feature that we're planning on doing. All right, so basically it looks like we're kind of running out of time here. I think we're actually 5 minutes over. Thanks for coming, guys. This was a lot of fun. I hope to do more stuff like this in the future. And I'm glad everyone came in the game to help out and join us. That was a lot of fun to run through with you guys. So yeah, thanks for coming to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. See you guys later.